Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. Today we are going to study another important chapter prescribed in your syllabus, Sermon at Benares. But before we understand the text, let us know something about the author, as we always do. This chapter has been written by Betty Renshaw Barber, who was born in Shannon, Mississippi on September 3, 1927, to PC and Lillian Renshaw. After graduating from Shannon High School, she went on to obtain her Bachelor of Arts degree from Mississippi College and later a Master of Arts from Mississippi University for Women. She taught at the preschool level for several years, and eventually she was able to pass her experiences on to others by teaching preschool teachers. Betty married Joseph Henry Barber Jr. on December 23, 1950. The Sermon at Benares is actually about the mystery of life and death. We know that it always baffles us, it makes us confused. When we lose someone near and dear, we become sad. This lesson teaches us that death is the ultimate truth. It's inevitable. Everyone has to face death. We can't avoid it. This lesson is about the early life of Gautam Buddha and his first sermon preached at Benares. In this chapter, we are also going to read about a woman who lost her son and in grief went to Gautam Buddha and pleaded him to bring her son back to life. So let us read the lesson and find how Gautam Buddha taught the lady that death was inevitable. The Sermon at Benares throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family. On being exposed to the sufferings of the world, which he was earlier shielded from, which he was not aware of, he left his princehood and went in search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. Upon attaining spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon, which means the first lecture, religious lecture in the city of Benares, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal. They all have to perish one day. And a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and suffering. So if someone wants to stay happy in life, he needs to realize the ultimate truth of life. Gautam Buddha was born in a North Indian royal family and he was born as a prince. Moreover, his childhood name was Siddhartha Gautam. He was sent to a faraway place to study Hindu sacred scriptures at the age of 12. Then, upon returning after 4 years, he got married to a princess. Soon, they both were blessed with a son. They continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. They were unaware of the sufferings of the people around. The royals were shielded from the unpleasant experiences of the world. Unpleasant experiences mean the sufferings of the people. So when you are happy, you are not aware of the sufferings of the people around, but when you look around and when you confront with these problems, only then you realize the pain, the sufferings of others. However, one day, while he was on his way to hunt, the prince met a sick man, an aged man, and also he saw a funeral procession and a monk was begging for. Such experiences acted as an eye opener for him because he himself confronted with the sufferings of these people. Hence, he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. Then, when he attained salvation, he began preaching. His first sermon was given in the city of Benares. Then, in the chapter, there is a lady whose name was Kisa Gautami, and we are told that her son had died and she was suffering from unending pain. She went from house to house looking for medicine to make her son alive, but she couldn't find one. People thought that the lady had lost her senses. However, one day she met a man who directed her towards Lord Buddha. He felt that Gautam Buddha could possibly have a solution for her problem. When she reached there, Buddha asked her to look for mustard seeds, and the seeds must be procured from a house where there had been no death. She got filled with hope and she went on a search of those mustard seeds from house to house, but she could not find mustard seeds from a house according to Buddha's condition. Because everywhere someone had lost dear to them. Thus she was disheartened and sat at the edge of the road, where she realized how selfish she had been. She realized the fact that men are mortal and they are born to die. Also, no one could escape the cycle of life. This was the only fact that Buddha wanted her to understand, and this is how she made her realize the ultimate truth of life, so that she can come out of the pain and sufferings she was going through. According to Lord Buddha, feelings of grief and sorrow increases man's pain and suffering. It serves no other purpose. Moreover, it deteriorates the health. Thus, a wise person who is fully aware of nature's functioning must not grieve at something bound to happen. This is the only way in which he can be happy and blessed. And we all need to be aware of this fact that no one can avoid death. So, we should come out of these things. The story here wants to make readers understand and accept the fact that death is inevitable and it can occur to anyone. An earthen vessel too breaks one day. Whether rich or poor, fool or wise, man or woman, all have to die one day. If we weep over one's death, we will not be able to obtain the peace of mind. Rather, our pain will be greater and our body will suffer. The men who are wise don't cry, and they always accept the truth as it is. And that is the only mantra for staying happy in life. Because if you start crying over these things, if you remain upset over these things, it would not help you to move ahead in life. So that is what we all need to realize. I hope you all understood the text well. This was all about the chapter. Thank you.